Hello, this is Grandpa Doug here. My name is Doug, and I have a YouTube channel that you're watching now. If you're seeing this video, Grandpa Doug learns Fortnite. I consider myself still a novice with Fortnite, but I have a friend, Josh Kinder, who is learning Fortnite, and I am providing this video to help him along, and it's going to be publicly available because maybe some other people will benefit from it as well. I have a video on screen. Josh has a YouTube channel of his own, and he does live streaming of his gameplay. And here's the video that I'm going to be using for today's coaching session for Josh to watch, and I'm going to suggest, recommend some changes that he will do and some improvements to his gameplay. I want to show you how to find his channel. In fact, no, I'm not going to show you how to find his channel. What I'll do is I'll put a link to this video in the description of the video you're watching right now. So that's how you'll be able to find his channel and this video that I'm using for this coaching session. So I'm going to talk direct to Josh. So Josh, while you're in the lobby here, this is referred to as the lobby, the starting point. I'm going to turn off my picture-in-picture here. Over here where it says Battle Royale, I want you to change to a different game. I want you to change to the Battle Royale Zero Build. So I'm going to switch over now to Fortnite, my own Fortnite, and I set it up as Battle Royale to match what you have. I don't like this mode. I don't like this mode for you. It involves what's a thing called building. And that just is going to complicate the game for you. So far it hasn't. I don't see that it has really hindered you at all. But here's what you do, Josh, is click on Battle Royale right here. That'll take you to this screen. And you're in this Discover section. On this line right here, these are different games by Epic. And this one called Battle Royale is the one that you're using right now. I want you to use Zero Build Battle Royale. Now, it might not be to the left. You might have to go exploring out this direction to the right. You might even have to click on this right arrow out here to get out further to find it. But you should be able to find this one called Zero Build Battle Royale and click on that. So now you have the game changed to Zero Build Battle Royale. And we also want it to be solo. So if it doesn't say Zero Build Solo right here, you click on this button and then select Zero Build Solo from this list. So what I'm recommending you do is have Zero Build Battle Royale and Zero Build Solo selected, and then you can click play to get into the game. I'm going to switch back to Josh's video here. And then press play to go forward. And I'm going to pause the recording here now and then until we get to the next place that I want to point out what I'd like for you to do, Josh. This is what we call the loading screen as it's loading to get you into the game. And I'm going to mute your audio so that your voice isn't coming through. Here you're on a intermediate location that we call Spawn Island. None of these people here are going to shoot at you. And now you have opened up the map. I want to point out some things here on the map. I've paused your video. This blue line going down this way is the direction that the bus is going to be traveling. You know it's coming from this point up here because of the direction of the arrows. This white symbol here is your mouse, and you're going to move it in a moment. These gray areas out here are locations that you have not gone to yet. You will get extra credit for going to those locations. So I want you to go to these gray locations. I also want you, when you jump out of the bus, to fly away from the bus. If you go straight down below the path of the bus, there's going to be more enemies there, and you're going to be engaged in battles right away, and you're not quite ready to do that. So I want you to fly out away from the bus path. I'm pressing the space bar to continue with your video, because here in a moment you're going to click your mouse. There, you just clicked your mouse there. I'm going to back up a little bit and stop right at the point where you get that blue mark. That is clicking with your mouse. That's pinging. It's called pinging a location. What I want you to do, Josh, is ping a location away from the bus path and in these gray areas. So for instance, out here would be a great place for you to ping. If you ping down here, then you're going to have to stay on the bus longer before you jump off of the bus and then fly out to the location. There's this gray area over here, and there's this one over here. So all of those gray areas, you need to get out to those locations, because you'll get extra points just for going to those locations. I'm going to press the space bar so that you go. Now, here you're in the bus. Over here on the left-hand side, you can see some names of other people. It says, has thanked the bus driver. It gives the name of these people, and it says, has thanked the bus driver. If you'll press the letter B on your keyboard when you're on the bus, you're going to thank the bus driver, and that's going to show up over here on the left-hand side, and you get extra points for that. And they accumulate over time. You get extra points for having done that consistently. This blue line up here in front of you, that's where you pinged. That's that click that you made. But it's right along the line of the bus path, so I don't like that as a landing location for you. But in fact, you're not going to land there because you haven't learned yet how to fly when you jump out of the bus. When you jump out of the bus, I'd like for you to go straight out to the left or straight out to the right. Get away from the bus path so that you have fewer enemies to contend with. Here I'm pressing the space bar to keep going. Now here you have jumped out of the bus. Whatever the jump key is on your keyboard, I think it's the space bar for you, because you still have all the default key bindings. We'll get into changing your key bindings later. I don't think that's real important for you now. And what's happening now is the mini map in the upper right corner is showing that you're currently aiming right in line with the bus. This arrowhead right there, that triangle arrowhead shape, it's pointed in the same path that the bus is going. So you're just going right where the bus is going. This symbol over here on the left side of the mini map is showing how quickly you're falling straight down. We want to see this arrowhead moving away from the bus path, and we don't want to see you falling too quickly. So I'm going to be telling you how some ways to accomplish that. Here I'm pressing the space bar to go forward. Now you're falling straight down. See how the arrowhead in the upper right, it's not moving at all. It's going straight down. Now you pressed your forward key and you're going forward. That's a good thing, but I want you to turn to the left or turn to the right so you get away from the bus. Now you have taken your glider and you're going to be falling down at a slower rate, but you're still falling straight down. You need to press your forward key, which on your keyboard is, well, I think you've been using the up arrow to move forward, and that's fine for you to keep using that for now. Or you could use the W key. Now you're going down, and this is all accomplished only going straight down, and there's other enemies here, so you're going to be having people shooting at you pretty quickly here. Go ahead and watch you land. And then you brought up the map, and you see here your arrowhead is up here at Sleepy Sound. On the mini map, see over here in the upper right corner, you can see that you're at Sleepy Sound, and there's the arrowhead. In a moment, you're going to go look at the big map, and I think you're trying to figure out where you're at. When you're looking at the mini map, if there's any name in there of a location, that will help you figure out where you are when you go look at the big map. So spacebar again to play. There's somebody shooting at you already. That's because you landed straight below the bus path. And you have enemies there. Yeah, you're swimming up here to the shore, which is fine. You're getting away from that enemy. That was good. And now you bring up the map. And it looks like, when I see you up in the upper left, it looks like you're trying to figure out where you're at. On the mini map, I've paused the video now. On the mini map, you can see the word Sleepy Sound. And that'll give you the clue to look up here, and you're looking for that arrowhead. So there you are. This white circle here shows the current zone to be in. So you're inside of the zone. But I've seen that you're having a difficult time figuring out where you are on the map. So if you look at that clue on the mini map where it said Sleepy Sound, then you know that you should be right above Sleepy Sound. You kind of moving your mouse all around, you zoom in a little bit, and I don't know that you figured out where you're at. Now you're moving forward, which is good. You're steering your character, which is good. I'm going to pause the recording here and then restart. Well, here you just got supercharged, which supercharged means that Fortnite is kind of giving you a little extra advantage, helping you gain more points. When I was listening to the audio of this portion, it was apparent that you were trying to see if you could drive the bus. And these buses are not drivable. I think you actually go in it. Now, to your left, at the back of the bus, is that treasure chest. And it would be a good thing to go over to that treasure chest and open it. I don't remember if you do it here. Looks like you're going to. And there you're going to open the chest, I think. It says E for search. That popped up on your screen briefly there for a moment. You have to get to a point where it shows that E for search. Then press the E to open it. It's not going to open until you see the E. All right, I'm going to pause the recording here, then I'm going to resume it when you get to another point. Well, here you are looking at the map again, trying to figure out where you're at. Here's a pause. Here I'm resuming the video. In the mini map in the upper right, I see that you're in one of these gray areas. Now, when you get far enough in that gray area or spend enough time there, it's going to give a message on the screen recognizing that you're there and give you points for that. Up here's where you're at now. Now, also, you can tell, Josh, that you are inside of zone right now because in the mini map in the upper right of the screen, there is no arrow. There's no line. There's no white line to show you the direction to get into the zone. So simply because you don't see that line on the mini map, you know right now that you are in zone. Now, you didn't spend enough time in that gray area. I'm going to pause your video right here. So you've come out of that gray area. You were a little bit into that gray area, but you didn't get deep enough into it to get the recognition for having been there. What has happened now is you've turned around and you're headed back to Sleepy Sound, where you just came from. Which that in itself is okay. It's not a bad thing to go back to a place where you've already been, since it is in zone, but you didn't get the credit for going into that gray area. I'm going to pause the recording until we get to another place where I want to make comments. Well, yeah, pausing. Now the blue shaft of light that you're running towards, that's there because you pinged it earlier. I'm going to rewind your video a little bit to where you show that map. Right in here somewhere, you display the map. And I want to point out to you that that blue shaft of light there is there because that's the location that you pinged when you were on the bus. So Fortnite thinks that you want to go to that location. That's why it's showing that here. Whoops, there it was. I didn't pause it quick enough because you only go there very briefly. I'm trying to get back to that. There. Okay, so I paused your video. This is that location that you pinged when you were on the bus. The bus path was going approximately down like this, and you pinged a location out here. That's why that shaft of light is there for you right now. This white marker over here, that's just your mouse. If you move your mouse around on the desk, that marker will move. This arrowhead is actually your character and where you are on the map. And then this white area is the safe zone. This purple area out here, or pink, whatever we're going to call it, that's where the storm is currently located. Eventually, it's going to start moving in, and it will come all the way into this white circle. And you definitely don't want to be out here in this danger area when the storm is closing. So here I'm pressing spacebar to continue forward with your video. Okay, I'm going to point out another thing. In the bottom left corner, this is showing that you have 20 health, that green bar down there. It shows that you have 20 health. So you're at risk of dying pretty soon. There's somebody shooting at you, and I see you're talking to the camera. What you said there, I think, was run away from the fire. When people are firing at you, run away from that. And you were successful there. And there's some more firing coming at you. And you're going to get over this little hill here, and the person who is firing at you can't see you anymore. So that was good. This video, for those who are watching, that I'm playing of Josh's, he winds up getting second place. So I think it's the best that he's done so far. And it was somewhat accidental that he got to that level, although he's been in the top 10 a few times. And it's all just a matter of avoiding fire, running away from enemies. So let's see what's going on here. All right, I'm going to back up a little bit and pause it right here. So looking at the map, here's the white arrowhead. That's Josh. That's where he's at. This is his mouse pointer up here. And then this is the location that he pinged. Now, when we get back to where we can see the mini map, notice here's Coney Crossroads. So Josh, when you look at the map, you might not know that that's Coney Crossroads, but you can see the word crossroads. You can see this little town. And this mini map is always going to have you pretty much centered in that area. So you're looking for a place on the big map that has whatever named location that is displayed to you in the mini map. We're going to go forward again. And I think you're going to go into this building and look around. You've been picking up items. I'm going to pause here for a moment so that I can point out these icons down here. I got to turn off my picture-in-picture. These icons down here, these right here and these right here. When you switch away from the normal battle royale to the no build, the zero build mode, all of these are going to disappear. These are all building items that players can build structures with. It adds a level of complication to the game that I don't enjoy. A lot of people don't enjoy that. So in zero build, all of this stuff is gone. So that's less stuff for you to learn with and less things that your enemies are going to be using against you. Up here on the mini map, we can see that the storm is closing now. We know that because this is showing in pink right here, purple, pink, whatever. And in 1 minute and 32 seconds, the storm is going to close all the way down to that white circle. This is showing us that there are 34 players left. This number here is showing us that you have killed 0 people so far in this game. And this icon here is showing us that your team, which is a team of 1 right now, has 0 kills. So you're not going to be concerned about the team kill number for a while yet. Pressing the space bar to continue. My computer was just trying to do a backup job there and I canceled it. Now you're continuing to that blue shaft of light. I'm very happy to see that you are going to the light. But what I want you to do is ping locations on the map more intentionally and strategically for you to go towards. So when you bring up the big map, I want you to ping in one of those gray spots that's likely going to be away from opponents. And see here, we're seeing that your white arrowhead is right there on the mark. I'll back up there and pause it here. See there, that blue mark is where you pinged in your white arrowhead, which is you, it's your player. You're right there. So what I want you to do is start pinging locations that you're going to go to. So right now you want to stay inside the zone. So what you might do, for instance, is to ping inside this gray area, anywhere around here, so that you can go that direction and get credit for going into that new location. Or you could ping over here, or you could ping over here. And then when you get out of the map display, you'll see that shaft of light, and you can go towards that. You're still at 20 health, and you have 0 shields. Down here in the bottom left, it's showing 20 health and 0 shields. In your inventory on the bottom right, there's a mini shields. You could drink that in order to gain shields. The way you would do that is press the number 5, and that'll put that mini pot in your hand. Not mini pot, mini shields, I think it's called. I'll just call it a mini. That'll get it into your hand, and then you press your left mouse button to drink it, and that'll give you some shields. That helps you when somebody starts firing on you. I'm going to pause the recording until we get to another place where I want to make some comments. Oh, there you go. Let's go look at that. I'm backing up here. I'm going to pause your video here. You've just got a new storm circle, because at this point, all this purple area, it has closed down to that bigger circle, that first zone that appeared. And now there's a new zone for you to go to. And you've been doing that pretty well. Notice this white line right here. It's telling you that you need to turn left. Your arrowhead is pointed straight up, and that line that you need to turn to is to your left. So that tells you that you need to turn left. When we get back to the mini map, I'm going to pause the video again. There. So up here in the mini map, you can see there's the white arc for the new zone, and that line that shows you the most direct path to get to the zone. So you need to turn to the left. I don't remember whether you actually do that here or not. I'm going to press the space bar to continue your video. Let's see if you realize that. Oh, you're using your left arrow key to go to the left. It'd be better to use your mouse to turn to the left so that you can see what's ahead of you in that direction. Now you're going away from the zone. Now you're going parallel to the zone. Now you've turned towards the zone. I think you've got the idea how to do that, because through the rest of this game, I think you do pretty well at getting into the zone. I'm going to pause my recording. I'm resuming the recording here, and I have your video paused, Josh. Up here in the mini map, here's you can see the purple area of the storm. It's getting very close to the current zone. You are inside of the zone, so you're safe. I want to point out to you, as soon as that storm touches this white line for the zone, you're then going to get a new zone, and it's going to show you your path to get to the new zone. Here's space bar to resume your video. There's getting close, and then you brought up the map, and boom, there it just changed. The pink just caught up to that white arc, which is the current zone, and immediately you got a white line showing you the path to get to the new zone. So you don't actually have to bring up the big map now. You could just turn to the right. Your arrowhead is pointed to the left here, and that white line is to the right of your current direction. So think of you're pointed that way. Well, let's see. I guess I should match the arrowhead. You're pointed that way on the mini map, And so you need to turn to the right in order to follow that line. I guess if I'm doing this camera-wise, I should... That's left, isn't it? All right. I think you understand how to do that. Your arrowhead is pointed to the left as we're looking at it. You need to turn to the right in order to follow that line. And another piece of information here under the mini map, this 1 minute 20 seconds here, that means there's going to be a minute 20 seconds before the storm starts closing. And each new zone that comes along, the storm comes faster and it doesn't wait as long before it starts coming. So you've got a minute 20 right now before the storm starts closing. So you need to get going to that new zone. And there you go. You turn right towards it. Good. And now you're looking at the map. And you have less area to look for, so you probably had an easier time finding your arrowhead right here. Mini map in the upper right shows that there are 14 players left right now. Now you're going away from the new zone. Now you're parallel to the new zone. And I think you're about to realize that and turn towards the zone. Right now you're going right parallel to that circle. I'm going to pause your video here and point out on the mini map, you see we got that purple color here. Now it's showing us how long it's going to take before the storm, which is this pink area, gets all the way up to the white arc. So right now you have 1 minute and 9 seconds to get inside the next zone. Right now you're not inside the next zone. There, you made the turn. Now you're safe. You're still at 20 health and no shields. So we're gonna get you building up your health and shields. But I want to see that you can ping a location to go to and go to it successfully. I want you to be flying from the bus to get away from the bus path, get to those gray zones. You've been doing pretty good at driving vehicles. The storm is almost closed in on that white circle, and now you got a new zone to get to. And you recognize that. I recall that when I was listening to your audio. And this area right here is, I think, where you wind up spending most of the rest of the game, which is okay. Up in the upper right corner under the mini map, we see there's 3 players left. And you've noticed that you're in the top 5. The rest of the game here, you pretty much are avoiding getting shot. Now there's 2 players left, just you and one other person. And the other person winds up shooting you and killing you, but it takes a little while before that happens. I'm not going to play that all the way through. If people want to see it, they can click on the link in the description of this video and go watch it. I think it is entertaining and you will enjoy watching it. But all the rest of the game pretty much happens right here. Now I'm going to pause that video and I'm going to go launch from the bus myself and show you what I want you to do as far as pinging and flying to a location and how those controls work. So we have 0 build battle royale, 0 build solo, and then click play. I'm going to pause the recording until I get to the spawn island. Here I am on Spawn Island. There's 1 minute, 19 seconds left before the bus launches. In the mini-map, I can see the path of the bus. I can see there's 99 players in this game. Now I'll press the M key for map to bring up the big map. And let's see, I'm going to turn down the game audio there. So here's the path of the bus. Josh, what I want you to do is ping a location away from the bus path, like out here or here, this direction, this direction. Now there's the bus going. So I'm going to get out of the map, press the letter B to thank the bus driver. On the left-hand side, I'll see that I thank the bus driver. Then I press my jump key, which I think for you is the space bar. And notice up on the mini map in the upper left, my arrowhead is not moving. Now I press the forward key. See now how I'm moving? And I can turn to point in a direction with the mouse. I'm using the mouse to turn. Let's see, I should be, I don't have my picture-in-picture available here. And I want to look up. If I look down, I'm going to go straight down way too fast. I want to look out at the horizon. So you move your mouse forward to look out at the horizon. I want to see you actually being able to land pretty close to the location that you pinged. That blue shaft was where I pinged. Now it shows that little marker on the ground, and I can land right just about on it and then move around. Okay, then I can bring up the map again. And where am I? Whoops, I got animals going after me right now, so I'm going to run away from them. I'm going to bring up the map again and figure out where am I. I'm over here on the left-hand side. In the mini-map in the upper right-hand corner, I don't see any named location. So that doesn't help me find me. Now I have that white line that shows me where to go. If I look at the mini map, at the big map, it's real easy to see where I'm at. And those wolves are trying to go after me again. I'll get in the car by pressing the E. And now while I'm in the car, the wolves can't do so much damage to me. I'll bring up the map and I want to ping a spot just inside the zone. Now when I drive towards that by pressing the forward key, I can see that shaft of light out in front of me. And I can head towards that. Okay, so that's the idea. That's all I'm going to do here. I'm going to jump out of the game and end this recording at this point. So Josh, there's some tips for you to, I hope those are useful. I know you're going to be at your aunt's home this weekend, and I'm going to be checking to see if you're streaming. I don't know if I'll be able to watch the stream. It depends on when you do it, but I'll watch whatever you play, even if it's after the fact. All right. Catch you later, Josh, and I hope the others who may have seen this video have somehow enjoyed it. Bye-bye.